How's it going, everyone? My name is Where Don't Care. My name is, and here we go with my review for WrestleMania 36, the show that's too big for just one night. And I gotta tell you, I wasn't sure how they were gonna pull this off because, I mean, with what's going on right now with the coronavirus, I didn't think WWE should have gone through with WrestleMania. I think they should have postponed it, wait a little bit, but I think this would have killed Vince if they had not done it. I think this would have just destroyed him if they didn't go through WrestleMania. So they improvised. They decided they're not going to have WrestleMania in a big arena like they had planned. They decided they were going to have it at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. So, yeah, they decided they were going to have their show in the Performance Center. And apparently they had taped this, or at least taped some of it. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just glad that, after this, they're going to most likely take time off. They're not going to risk their wrestlers already getting to get sick. I know some of them have already gotten sick, so or at least quarantined. So I think don't take the risk. Just get your talent somewhere and just get them rested up. And I was writing down notes throughout this whole show. All right, I've got like 6 pages of worth, so I got to cut it down a little bit when I'm going over it. So please keep that in mind as I go over everything. All right, so first match of the night, it was the Kabuki Warriors defending their women's tag team titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Let me get some of the negatives out of the way. First of all, I don't see Nikki and Bliss as a great team. I really don't. Asuka and Kairi are the only team in WWE that actually has been trying to help that division, but Vince, of course, has been burying the hell out of it. I also didn't like Bliss not selling some of the stuff in this match. Like, for example, Kairi was hitting her and trying to knock her down. Bliss had this stupid smile on her face. I'm like, oh my god, freaking sell the move. You're making it look like Kairi's moves don't do anything. And when she got knocked into the steel pose, she didn't sell that much for long because a minute later, she went back to her corner and shrugged it off. Oh. But of course, if you just look past that, I still like the rest of the match. This was actually good, especially when we have Kairi and Asuka hitting some double team moves and showing how cocky and arrogant they are as a team, which I absolutely love. There was one particular spot in the match where Asuka had Nikki for an electric chair, and Kairi jumped up from the top rope, hit an elbow to the face. That was actually a good move. But of course, it ended up with Asuka lifting up Nikki for Kairi to hit her, but they stopped when Nikki got out of the way and they almost hit each other. Asuka went to tackle Nikki in the corner. Nikki got out of the way. Asuka got taken out. Kairi got taken out by Nikki. Bliss gets in, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. So overall, not a bad opener. It was decent, but it's a shame that you had the titles be dropped to a team that didn't do well with their first reign, and you had them drop it. I had the better champions drop it to this team that didn't do well the first time. So hopefully they'll be able to build up more better teams for them to fight for the titles. But right now, I don't have much faith in Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross as the tag team champions. I don't. All right, second match of the night. It was Elias versus King Corbin. I think for Corbin, it's a good thing that there's no crowd there because they would have been, booing the hell out of him, not letting him cut his promo. So anyways, he cut his promo, talking about, Elias is not going to show up. Elias does show up, hit him with the guitar, beats him up, throws him in the ring. The match soon begins. And Corbin would later on take control after Elias gets knocked over the top rope to the outside. It was kind of risky because the way that Elias got thrown, he flew high. He flew high, went over the top rope. It was a good thing he held onto the ropes. Otherwise, it would have been a very bad landing. After that, Corbin took control. It wasn't bad, and I was glad that he was targeting the shoulder, the injured shoulder. Although, the way Elias fell during their build-up for this match, how he fell off the balcony, it should have been the back that should have been injured, that Corbin should have been targeting, but whatever, he went for the shoulder. It was still fine. This wasn't a bad match. I just kind of wish this match was done a little better, but it was fine. The match ended up with Corbin trying to get the pin using the ropes. The referee sees him, gets him off the ropes, and Corbin gets into an argument with the referee. Elias takes advantage, gets a roll up using and grabs the tights. 1, 2, 3, gets the win. This was a decent match. Nothing you wouldn't see on Raw or SmackDown. However, this was a good win for Elias. This was his first win at WrestleMania, and it makes up for the burial he got at WrestleMania 35 by the hands of John Cena. So, good job for Elias, and good job for Corbin too. It's kind of hard to try going out there and, trying to keep a good match with no crowd, but these guys went out there and gave a decent match. So, good job to both guys, and looking forward to seeing what happens next in the future between the two. Next match, it is Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler, and a match that I had a lot of high hopes for, mostly because the way this was built up, the way the match was going, you would think it's going to go well. You would think this is going to be a great, awesome match, and it was starting to. It was starting to be a good match between these two women. They just started beating the hell out of each other. They started countering one another. It was looking like it was going to be a great match until Shayna locks in her rear naked choke. Becky, though, is able to counter, able to get her on her shoulders, roll her up, and get the 1, 2, 3. Ended the match in just 8 minutes and 31 seconds. Now, that pissed me off, mostly because you build up this match between these two women. You build it up to the point where it looks like it's going to be an awesome match, and they didn't even felt like they were close to the end. It looked like they were still countering one another, like the match was going to continue on for another 10 minutes. Instead, it just came out of nowhere. It's the same stupid move they did with Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. That one just came out of nowhere. It's the same way with this match. It just came right the hell out of nowhere. Not only did you have Shayna Baszler, who dominated NXT as the women's champion, not only did she look like a complete and utter idiot, you had her lose like an idiot. So all this momentum, all this buildup of Shayna being this dominant force, and she looked like a complete and utter moron. So congratulations, WWE. You just buried Shayna Baszler, and you made her look like a joke. I don't even care if you put the title on her later on in the future. It's already too late. She's just... I don't really care. And I don't even care about Becky's Raw Women's Champion. I love her, I really do, but at the same time, you should have dropped the title. They should have done that. Alright, you've done enough with the title. It's time to put it on someone else who can do more with that belt. Alright, next match is Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship against Daniel Bryan. Okay, so first of all, Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. That should be awesome. That should be exciting. I should care about this match. But of course, Sami's heel. So, of course, Sami's going to start off, getting out of the ring, taunting Bryan, which I didn't really mind, especially how every time Bryan came after him, Nakamura and Cesaro were there to stop him from chasing him. Until Drew Gulak came out and attacked both men. So it was just down to Bryan and Sami. Bryan just beat the living hell out of him. He was just beating Sami up. And Sami finally did get some comeback in, but it was only for what felt like a minute. So Sami only got a build-up for his spot for only a minute, and I gotta tell you, that was not good. I did not like that. Nakamura and Cesaro came back in. They attacked Gulak. Bryan took out both men, and as soon as he got to the top rope, he leaped off. Sami hit him with what looked like a big boot, and Sami Zayn gets the win. So yet another finish. They just came right the hell out of nowhere. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So it was a little meh. Except this one didn't make me mad because first off, Sami Zayn is still champion. Awesome, great, love it. It's just what I would have done is Sami goes up the top rope, misses. Sami moves out of the way, hits a Helluva kick in the corner, gets to 1, 2, 3, retains the title. Great. But yeah, it just ended out of nowhere. And what made it even worse was the fact that afterwards, Sami didn't even celebrate for long. Just a few seconds later, it just went to black and went to some kind of advertisement. So, congratulations to Sami Zayn, I guess, on retaining his title. Good job. But that was just... What the hell's going on with the WrestleMania matches rushing all of a sudden? Just really rushing it. Next match is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It is a ladder match. No, it is not a three-way team match. It is actually a triple threat singles match with Kofi Kingston representing the New Day, Jimmy Uso representing the Usos, and John Morrison representing Miz and Morrison. Now, the reason why this is not a tag team match is because Miz is sick and couldn't compete in the match. So as a result of that, instead of, having Morrison go in all alone and have the Usos and New Day beat the hell out of each other and Morrison could take advantage, they just had these three men going out there and fight. Okay, so match starts off. It's a pretty decent match. I didn't really mind it. It was until they started hitting a lot of big awesome moves. Kofi hitting a springboard, flying Hurricanrana on Morrison. I think one of my favorite spots was the Kofi setting up Jimmy on the ladder on the outside, and then John Morrison walks along the ropes and hits a Spanish fly, and then Jimmy goes off the top rope, hits a Superfly splash. That was actually kind of awesome. So a lot of great spots in this match. I think all three guys did a great job, and they actually made this match awesome. This was probably the best match of the night. Until we get to the ending, which was yet another bizarre ending, where we had all three men on top of the ladder fighting to try to unhook the titles. They finally unhooked they were able to unhook the titles, but unfortunately all three men were holding onto the titles until Kofi and Jimmy knocked John off, but John held onto the titles, so he won the match. So technically, Morrison and Miz are still the tag team champions. So I love the match. I love what all three men did. They went out there, busted their asses, tried to give a great match despite the circumstances, but again, just another weird finish. Not a bad finish. I mean, it's not as bad as the ladder match between Kofi, Swagger, and Ziggler for the Intercontinental title, but this was yet another weird and bizarre ending, and I just don't know what to think. I really don't. This was just not what I expected, but yeah, this was probably the only best match of the night that I can think of. All right, next match is Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens one-on-one. First of all, I want to bring up the fact that they kept trying to make it seem like KO never won at WrestleMania. Not true. He actually beat Chris Jericho to win the U.S. title, but I guess I figured Vince and Triple H don't want to bring that up, so whatever. So Seth the Messiah came out, and Kevin Owens came out, and the match began with Kevin just beating the hell out of him until Seth took control, both with a backdrop on the apron and then the Falcon Arrow on the apron, and he just took control and just started beating the holy hell out of him until Kevin hits the pop-up powerbomb, but apparently that's no longer his finisher. It's the same thing they did with Ziggler, where the zigzag used to be his finish, but then they made it a signature and made the super kick his finisher. At about 10 minutes in this match, I was liking this match. I thought this was a great match. It was building up to be a good match between these two guys. At the 10-minute mark, we had Seth Rollins hit Kevin Owens with the ring bell. This was not no disqualification match, so this was a normal match. So I thought, what the hell? Are you serious? You're having the match and a bullshit finish? Are you high? Are you joking? Now, before I went on a huge rant, Kevin Owens goaded Seth into coming back into the ring, restart the match, making no DQ. So I thought, why didn't you do this sooner? Why didn't you do this before the match? You could have done that before, but nope, they just decided to do this. Whatever, match continued. Seth beat the holy hell out of Kevin Owens until Kevin hit him with the ring bell, not once, not twice. And what I love about the fact there's no crowd in this match is you can hear the bell ringing as soon as it connected to Seth's head. I'm like, oh, that sounds so cool. Kevin Owens then climbed up the structure of the WrestleMania sign. That's right near the announce table. Leaps up with a diving elbow. Takes Seth Rollins out right through the announce table. Throws him back in. Seth begs him to stop, but Seth is unable to get him to stop. So Kevin hits him with a stunner and gets the 1, 2, 3. So congratulations to Kevin Owens. So this was a good match. It took a while, but it built up to be a good match between these two men. The DQ thing did kind of make me get a little upset, but once they restarted, I thought, okay, that's fine. Should have done that from the beginning, but in the end, Kevin Owens gets his second win at WrestleMania. Good job. Good job to both these guys. They went out there, busted their asses. They deserved it. They really deserve the appreciation of what they did. Alright, next match is Goldberg defending the Universal title against Braun Strowman. I'm not really going to go long into this match. It was actually 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I actually kept count on this. So, this match had Goldberg hitting 4 spears, went for the jackhammer, Braun Strowman counter, hit 4 power slams, gets to 1, 2, 3. Not much to the match. It was just meh, it was short, it was fine, moving on. And also, let's be honest, Roman, if he was still in this match, it would have been short. Now, the reason why he wasn't in the match was because of the fact that, you know, even though he beat leukemia, it still weakened his immune system. So he was worried that the coronavirus would hurt him, especially how it targets the lungs. So didn't want to take that risk. I understand. He's looking out for himself. And Braun Strowman's the new Universal Champion. I don't care. I'm glad he finally won the title. Let's hope he has a decent reign. That's all I can say. Alright, then we get to the main event, which was not taking place inside the Performance Center. It was actually taken in a graveyard of some sort. And also, this was taped. This was the Barnyard match between AJ Styles and the American Badass Undertaker. Okay, so again, it was clearly taped. It was clearly edited. You could tell from the way this match it looked. And there was a lot of crazy, stupid moments in this match. First of all, they added fake sound effect punches. Like you hear from the movies, like the actual, like the kinds you hear from the movies. They actually threw that in there. I'm like, what the hell is this? It got even crazier when we had Gallows and Anderson get involved, and then these Druids came out. Undertaker beat them all up, including Anderson and Gallows. It was official. This match was trying to be like Final Deletion, except this was, I think, a little better than House of Horror. AJ hits him with the tombstone, which shatters. At least it didn't disintegrate into dust like the cinder block they used to use. AJ beat the living hell out of Undertaker and tried to bury him until Undertaker got a second win in him and returned as the Minister of Darkness. At least that's how it looked to me, the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. He beats the hell of everyone and throws Gallows off the roof of a building they were at. Hits Anderson with a tombstone, chokeslams AJ off the roof, and then buries him, and that's it. Okay, some of the positives with this wasn't actually crazy. It was stupid, but it wasn't that bad. I was just disappointed with the ending. I was like, I mean, dude, just why? Why do you have to get another win at WrestleMania? You gain nothing from doing this. You gain nothing from beating AJ Styles. You're just, why? Oh, because I'm a dead man. I'll go get myself another win. I don't give a crap, dude. No. This was stupid. This really was. I really wish AJ had gotten the win. Would have been great. But I am hoping that with the Undisputed Era most likely going to the main roster, that AJ will take time off. He'll go to NXT with Gallows and Anderson. They really need it. Because it's obvious they've been buried by The Undertaker. And that is it. So, overall, my thoughts on day 1. 6 out of 10. That's the best I can give it. The only matches I liked were the women's title match, the Sami Intercontinental title match, the ladder match, the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match. Other than that, it wasn't that good of a match. Now, tomorrow night, we're hopeful that it's going to go well, and, well, I hope it does go well. I really do. So, yeah, day 1 of WrestleMania was not exactly what I was hoping for. Tomorrow night, we have the Rhea and Charlotte match. We have the WWE title match. We have John versus Bray match. We have the rest of the matches for the show. So hopefully that all goes well, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have a different opinion about this WrestleMania and what you guys think about the matches, leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my Facebook page. Check out my Twitter page. And I hope to see you all here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. So until then, take care. And see you all next time, guys. Bye.